we're going to be working on part one of a two-part series class. Tonight we'll work on Hanumanasana or splits pose. And next week we're going to work on flying splits, which is an arm balance with your legs floating or flying in splits. So tonight we're going to do a little bit of the prep work, and if you do want to prepare for flying splits next week, you might like to redo this class, work on your hips, your flexibility, your hamstrings and stuff over the next week, because it'll make exploring flying splits a little bit easier. Yay for fun challenges. So if you would like to have any props available, just make sure they're by your mat, bolster, maybe some blocks. And we are going to be doing some lunging, like quite a bit of lunging work tonight. So if you like to have a cushion or a knee pad, make sure you've got that next to your mat as well. You guys can start lying down tonight. I'll stay seated just to guide you through it. Lay down on your back. Make yourself comfortable, turn your palms up, go into Shavasana. And just take a few sighing outward breaths. And every time you exhale, just feel your whole body sinking into the earth beneath you. Feel the day just floating away, nice and separate from here and now. Relax into your legs. Relax into your hips, your belly and your chest. Relax your shoulders, arms, wrists and hands. And taking a moment here to visualize your spine and visualize your breath flowing up and down your spinal column, helping to relax all the muscles in your spine, helping to relax into your nervous system, your central nervous system. And releasing that visualization as you bring awareness to your breath. Bringing awareness to the feeling and the sensations of the breath filling your chest, filling your lungs, feeling your chest expand as you inhale. And feeling your chest gently contract and soften as you exhale. Maintaining that awareness of your breath as an anchor for your attention. So just taking 5 focused breaths in this way and letting it be about starting to really take some nice deep yogic breaths, but also about drawing your awareness, drawing your attention away from the external world, any thoughts, any to-do lists, and bringing it into awareness of your body, your breath, and into your practice. And as you start to bring your awareness under your control, your attention under your control, making any adjustments to your breath as needed to help smooth the breath, getting a nice even length of your inhalation and your exhalation. One more breath in this way, inhaling. Exhaling. Going straight from here into 5 rounds of Gauranga breathing. Inhale to draw the sound into your mind silently. Exhale to say the sound. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. 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 One last time, inhale. Goranga. Returning to your natural breathing pattern. Setting a personal intention for your practice. I know I always butt in and share my intention. Not to impose my intention on yours, not to take away from your intention, just through sharing, connection. But I do want to share my intention for our practice today is to explore your edge, and it's through no judgment, it's through objective objective exploration of finding your edge through discomfort, through effort, through also then being able to invite ease when things do start to get a little bit uncomfortable, when we are pushing our edge or exploring our edge, I should say. No pushing. We don't use that word in yoga practice. But as we do journey into splits, it can be confronting. We can judge ourselves. We can, when I say judge, we make a decision before we even try. I can't do this, there's no way. All these things might pop up in our head, and if we can just let that go and tune into the sensations in your body, be objective about your entry into the pose, your experience of the pose, and let the chatter just take a back seat. That's when we really get to explore our edge in our practice, that objective, sattvic, curious mindset. So from here, lying on our back, we are going to bring both feet to the floor, rocking our knees from side to side, feeling a little bit of a massage through the sacrum and the lower back, gently working into your hips. Good. One more time each side. And come back to center, drawing your knees in toward your chest, and make some small circles with your knees, starting nice and small. And this is where we can tune into the subtle sensations. So already attuning to our body through awareness of our breath, change directions, and awareness of the sensations in our body. So less mental fixation on what we think we can do, what we think we can't do, what we might be able to do, all that kind of chatter, and more about being in your body, being embodied in your practice. All right, from here, rocking yourself up and back a couple of times until we're going to cross the ankles over and hands to the floor and shoot the legs back. Finding ourselves in a plank position, navel drawing in, shoulders down away from your ears. And press the floor away so that your shoulders are strong. Lengthen back into your heels, navel drawing in, nice long spine. Modified version is to drop your knees to the floor, but try and keep that engagement through your core. And we're going to go for 5 chaturanga push-ups. So just go at your own pace. Keeping your body nice and firm, using that tension to your advantage. It does actually make it easier. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale to push back up. And just keep going in your own time. I'm not instructing while I'm doing this because it's taking everything. I cannot speak and do. Lower down. And press up. One more for good luck. Knees to the floor. Take your hips back to your heels for a moment. Resting in extended child's pose. And then lifting yourself up into downward dog. Lifting and lowering your heels, alternating from side to side, stretching out through the backs of your legs, and getting oriented with your hand placement. Fingers and thumbs spread nice and wide as you press the floor away. And then when you're ready, inhaling, raising both heels high, drawing in through the belly, lifting into the hips. Exhaling, lowering your heels down toward the floor, finding yourself in downward dog. Staying here for a few breaths. One more breath here. Bringing your knees to the floor anytime you need to rest. Inhaling, sweeping the right leg up. We're going to roll that right hip open and just go for a really nice, juicy, exaggerated hip stretch. So whatever way you're feeling inclined to work through the hip, go ahead and do it. I love to bend through the knee and just draw that knee back, pressing the left heel to the floor. Keep pressing the floor away with your hands as well. And you might like to roll around through the hip a little, maybe some ankle circles. And then we're going to drop the hip back to center, nice straight leg. And then exhale, navel drawing in, shoulders over your wrists, knee drives in. Taking it back, inhale. Exhale, knee drive. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Exhale. And lower that foot to the floor. Take a rest between sides if you need to. On the next inhale, sweeping the left leg up and then rolling that hip open, having a bit of a play, stretching out through the hip. Straighten out through the leg, roll the hip back to center. Exhaling, knee driving over on the left side now. Shoulders over the wrists. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back, last time, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, find your way down to child's pose. Folding forward, arms by your sides. And relax your shoulders, feeling your shoulder blades sliding down away from each other. And coming back up. All right, so we're not going to do any sun salutes, but we're going to do some mini down dog type flows as we go from pose to pose. So taking your hands forward, coming back through downward dog. We'll do some little mini vinyasas in between each pose. Jumping your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. And slowly roll up. Coming up to stand. Finding yourself in mountain pose at the top of your mat. So feet are either hip distance apart or together. Reaching the arms up. Then exhale, sinking down into the hips, bending through the knees, coming into chair pose. Drawing in through the navel, long through your spine. Keep breathing. Two more breaths. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending through the knees. We'll come straight up through chair pose again. Now bring the hands together in front of your heart center, revolving to the left. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee, working that elbow against the knee to help you rotate through the spine, turning to look over your left shoulder. I tell you what, I need a waterproof pack for my road mic, because when it sits, it gets sweaty, it gets wet. And one more breath here. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, keeping the palms pressing together. Exhaling, bending through the knees. Revolved chair over to the right. Left elbow working against the right knee, turning to look over your shoulder. Firmly press the palms together to help you open up through the chest. Keeping your breath flowing. One more breath here. Inhale. Whew. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Rest whenever you need to. Take a breath here. And just one more chair variation. Jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up through chair. And we're going to shift our weight to the left leg, bring the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. Hands together in prayer position. 3 breaths on this side. Navel drawing in, finding a place to focus just in front of you. Let's stand all the way up, releasing your foot. I just needed that little break between sides. Straighten out those legs. Coming down through chair, shifting your weight to the right leg, left ankle to the top of your thigh. Excellent. 3 breaths. Inhale. Lift up, release, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, knees to the floor, bring your big toes together and knees out wide. Coming into either extended child's pose or threading your arms through, turning your head to one side. Taking 2 breaths with your head on one side, and then 2 breaths with your head on the other side. Good. All right, taking one more breath before coming up to sit on your heels again. All right, hands come forward. And coming back through downward dog. Take 1 full breath in downward dog, settling your heels down toward the floor. Inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands, bending through the front knee. Rising up to come into high runner's lunge, lengthening back into your back heel, shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale. Hands to the floor, step back into plank, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Arms up. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back into plank, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Inhaling, stepping the right foot forward and drop your back knee to the floor. So just trying to get yourself aligned and centered and feeling comfortable in a lunge position first. So really paying attention to your hips, trying to square off your hips with the front of the mat. Inhale, raise the arms up, and then exhale, start to really find your edge in the pose. Surrendering your hips down, allowing gravity to draw your hips down. Paying attention to the sensations in your hips, thighs, groin. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Shifting your hips back and flexing your front toes back toward you. And we're going to rock back and forth, going from lunge to half split. So as you shift your weight back, trying to feel that sensation through the back of the leg there. You can fold forward over that leg as well to increase the stretch. Good, let's do that one more time. And shifting your weight forward. Now walking your foot to the outer edge of your mat, front foot to the outer edge of your mat, so you're in a diagonal position. And here, you're just going to drop into a diagonal lunge, hands to the floor so that your body weight can just drop toward the floor. And then feel free to roll your hips or move your hips a little from side to side to work into different areas of your hips and thighs. One more breath here. And tuck the back toes under. Step back into downward dog. Take a breath. Stepping the left foot forward, back knee to the floor. Tuning into your hips. And dropping into alignment first. Then taking the arms up, situating your upper body, shoulders down away from your ears. And not being afraid to feel uncomfortable sensations. A good deep stretch. On your next exhale, hands come to the floor, shifting your weight back, drawing your toes back toward you as you fold forward over that leg. And then just in your own time, rocking back and forth, inhaling forward and lengthen. Exhale. One more time each way. Coming forward, walking your left foot to the outside edge of your mat, going into a diagonal lunge position, both hands to the floor underneath your shoulders, letting your upper body be nice and heavy. And sinking into your hips. And then moving through your hips a little, rolling a little from side to side if you like. Good. All right. And tuck the back toes. Come back into downward dog. All right, bring your knees to the floor. If you would like to have support under your hips as we go into splits pose, you can, for a bit of a point of contact, mine's covered in wattle. You can take the bolster underneath where your hips will sit, so right where you're aligned with your pelvis. And then we're going to go step the right foot forward into a lunge position. Take the hips back again. And then from there, start sliding your front foot forward. So you might come to here and start to feel the stretch, and that's your edge, or you might be able to drop down onto the bolster. Wherever you end up, just like we go into any pose, taking 5 breaths, greeting the sensations with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And you might find that you don't need the bolster. And drop, allowing hips to move toward the floor. This is one of those poses where you can spend a little bit of extra time, sort of more towards 10 breaths, because your body starts to release into the pose. So allow yourself to hold the position, and you'll find when you get to about 5 breaths, it probably starts to feel a little bit like, oh, I feel like I can let go a little bit more. One more breath here. Exhale, let go completely. Take a moment to just, no resistance, letting go. And then press both hands into the floor. Oops, sliding that leg back. And it's quite a delicious feeling when you release out of splits pose as well. Kind of a bit of a prana rush and circulation. All right, let's go through the other side now. Stepping your left foot forward, going into a lunge position over your bolster. Taking your hands forward, rocking your hips back, half split. Then sliding that front foot forward and just going to your edge. Anchoring into your breath. And finding that balance of being able to support yourself to not go beyond your edge, beyond your limitation, but also allowing yourself to really let go and drop into the pose. Let's take a few more breaths here. And then press your hands into the floor. Lift up. Let's take a downward dog to stretch out. And bring knees to the floor, cross your ankles, and take your legs forward. And just give them a bit of a shake, opening up through the front of your hips. letting your legs and hips be completely relaxed. Good. All right. Now bringing your legs together and both feet together. Navel drawing in, lifting up. Inhale. Nice and long through your spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, feeling everything expand. And as you exhale, softening a little deeper into the pose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, soften and fold. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Expand, exhale, drawing the belly in, folding forward. And now still taking nice full deep breaths. But maybe the lifting and the expanding isn't quite as exaggerated. Totally up to you though. Firming your thighs, pressing the backs of your knees into the floor, flexing your toes back toward you. Two more breaths here. Slowly release. And taking your legs out wide. Lift and lengthen and fold. Nice and straight through the back, hinging at the hips. Folding forward. Keeping your breath flowing, ujjayi breathing, using that nice ocean sound of your breath as a reference point for hearing or tuning into, seeing if your breath is at ease. And one more breath. Start to press yourself back up. Hands under the knees. Hugging your knees in. Taking your time here. Relax through your spine. Relax into your hips. Good. All right. Now, dropping the left leg down as you take hold of the right leg, going into rock the baby pose. So you're going to set your foot onto your forearm or into the crook of your elbow and take hold of your lower leg and your knee. So you try and kind of lift through, so keep lifting through the sternum, lift through the lower back area. Sometimes if it feels, it's okay to be a bit rounded through your spine. It maybe doesn't feel as graceful, but you can still get a nice hip stretch and mobility. But if you can, see if you can lift up nice and tall. And we're just going to gently rock the leg from side to side. And you can also play with drawing the leg in closer to the torso as well to work into the hip. Good. Release. Lower the right leg to the floor. Taking hold of the left. So placing your foot to the inside of your elbow, holding the lower leg and the knee, and rocking the leg from side to side, feeling into the hip, maybe drawing the leg in toward the torso, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Excellent. And release. We're going to go from here into happy baby and then into supine straddle. So it may be a bit tricky to see it from this angle, but going from happy baby and then we'll go into a dynamic straddling the legs out to the side, holding our feet. So it doesn't matter if your legs don't go all the way straight. If you can get them straight, every breath is an opportunity to exhale and use the strength of your hands and arms to draw the feet down toward the floor as you lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor as well. So if it feels too strong with straight legs, it doesn't matter if they're a little bit bent, you can still practice that same dynamic movement. Let's start with happy baby. Coming down onto our back, holding the soles of our feet. I always like to do a little extra energy charge, trying to find that little sensitive midpoint in your foot, in the sole of your foot, a little mama point there. Just digging 2 fingers in there firmly enough that you can feel it. Shoulders down away from your ears as you lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor, and gently press the knees down toward the floor. Rocking a little from side to side. Good. Now feel free to just stay there if you like. I mean, you could go into a supine butterfly like so, 2 fingers around the big toes, and then just go happy baby, working the knees down, and then back into butterfly like this. If you want to go a little bit further, I need a firmer grip, so I hold the insides of the soles of my feet, hold around the balls of my foot, opening out to the side, and just working with your body to warm up into it, to ease into it. So maybe taking 2 or 3, where you just extend your legs, tailbone toward the floor, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just starting to lose yourself in the movements. So you want to have that feeling of working towards feeling like your body is releasing into being able to move deeper into the stretch. Inhale to open and lengthen. Exhale to work the feet toward the floor and exaggerate or inspire more of a stretch. And exhale, release. And let's do one more. See if you can hold it there for a few breaths, or even just a few moments. Taking it out. And release. Cross the ankles, hold the feet, relax. Cross the ankle, other ankle over the top. Release hold of your feet, taking hold of your knees, interlocking your hands in front of your knees as you draw your knees in, and again, lengthening your tailbone down toward the floor. Shoulders down away from your ears. Soften into your face. Taking your time with one more full breath. Release your hands, release both feet to the floor. And take a little mini Shavasana. rolling over onto our front, going into a comfort cobra. So it doesn't need to be a full, perfectly articulated cobra pose. You can even take your hands out a little bit wider, make it more of a seal pose if you like. Just lengthening your spine in the opposite direction. So we've had a lot of spinal flexion. So just going into a nice big extension, stretching out. And release. And placing your hands on top of one another and sliding your right knee out to the side. And turning your face. So knee out to the right, turning to look to the right, and relax. You're not really meant to be feeling anything. We've done a lot of poses with strong sensations. Now it's time for us to just relax. Still being just as attentive and embodied, but not so much sensation. I was going to say sensation seeking, but not so much experiencing sensations, but practicing surrender. And with as little disruption to your body as possible, switching sides, so straightening out through that leg, turning to look to the left, and bending the left knee, sliding it out to the side. And come back to center, straightening out through the left leg. Option here to stay on your front for a reversed Shavasana. So you can actually, I can't lay flat because it blocks my mic, but you can lay completely on your flat on your front and turn your head to the side. Like so. Otherwise, flipping over onto your back and making yourself comfortable. Either way, it's time. Time for Shavasana. Time to relax. And taking all those experiences that we had throughout our practice where we were faced with discomfort and strong sensations, and how we were able to let go and feel an internal sense of relaxation and help our body to even relax, even in such an uncomfortable position. So now we're in the most comfortable position with no challenging sensations. So again, just coming back to how we started our practice, exhaling it out a little, and feeling how easy it is to drop in to relaxation. Allowing yourself to completely let go. Allowing yourself to be separate from the activity of your mind. Letting your body be heavy. Relaxing your toes from your big toes to your little toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Soften into your calf muscles. And feel your shin bones to be heavy. Relax your knees, your knee joints, and all the tissues surrounding your knee joints. Relax your thighs, your hamstrings, your inner thighs and outer thighs, and the tops of your thighs. Relax your left hip and your right hip. Softening into your pelvis. Soften into your belly. Relaxing throughout your upper abdominal region. Feeling your diaphragm to be soft and relaxed. Letting go of any tension stored in this area. Feel the sides of your body, the sides of your torso, softening and releasing. Relax into your chest. Relax your ribs and the muscles in between each rib. Relax your lungs and soften into your heart center. And feeling your collarbones gently rise and fall with your breath. Allowing your shoulders to be relaxed and soft. Letting go of any tension held around your shoulder blades. Mentally releasing any tension through the base of your neck and the tops of your shoulders. Allowing your body to let go and release. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, and your wrists. Relax your hands, observing the sensation of prana circulating your palms like a gentle prickling feeling. Moving your awareness to your lower back. Relax into your sacrum. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Feeling all the muscles either side of your spine softening and releasing. Your head is heavy. Your eyes are soft. Relax into your temples and release into your jaw. Feel your tongue resting in your mouth, and your lips are softly touching. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. You are the silent witness to the sensation and experience of your body. You're the silent witness to the activity of your mind. And silently to yourself, repeating after me, I am not my body. I am not my mind. I am spirit soul, an eternal spark of the Supreme Soul. Aham Brahmasmi. Coming back into awareness of your breath. Taking some nice, deep, nourishing breaths. Feeling the sensations of your lungs and your ribs expanding and contracting. Bringing a gentle awareness back into your fingers and toes. Rocking your head from side to side as you wiggle your fingers and toes. Rolling over onto your side, and pressing yourself up to sit. We'll finish off with a very short chant. Just joining in as you feel comfortable. Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama 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 Madana Mohana. Bringing our hands together in prayer position and offering our respects to one another by bowing our heads. And bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Thank you for coming to practice. Always lovely to practice with you.